friends too, and I know that you're going to have a lovely time. Have you got your best voice ready to sing along with us? And we need to have lots of loud voices too to say, "Ready, please, Mr. Music." Can we just try? Well, let's try that straight away. You say, "Ready, please, Mr. Music," for me.
Ready, please, Mr. Music.
Can you hear that, Mr. Music, or do you need it to be louder? Just a little bit louder. Try again then.
Ready, please, Mr. Music.
Oh, that's much, much better. Oh, yes, he says, that's just right. And you know what Mr. Music was playing? The very first part of Mr. Doobie's favourite song. So I know that we're going to have lovely voices here today because everybody's wide awake and ready to play games. Let's meet everyone then. First of all, we'll say hello to Rowena. Rowena's come with some other friends too. Just put your hand up, all the friends who go to kindy together. Yes, so you're used to playing with one another, aren't you? And you're all going to make Tennille feel very welcome too? Because she's come into Romper Room to play as well. Now, Rowena, tell us who your best friend is at kindergarten and what you like to do there.
Brooke.
Brooke, and she's come to Romper Room today with you, hasn't she? Yes. And what sort of things do you and Brooke like to play at kindy?
Games.
Yes, tell me about those games. What are they?
Balloon game.
You mean like our Mr. Doobie balloons? Do you play that too? Do you let the balloons go and chase them?
Yeah.
Do you? It's good fun, isn't it? I like that game. Do you go out in the sand pit and you have Dolly's Corner too?
Yes.
Who dresses up?
Me.
Do you? Are you the mother or the baby? The mother. And the mother has to do the cooking too, doesn't she? Is there a little toy stove at your kindy that you can use? Yes, that's fun, isn't it? It certainly is. Tennille, tell us about your kindy. What do you like to do?
Play.
What do you play?
The doll's corner in the train set.
Tell us what's in the doll's corner. Is there a little stroller? Is there a cradle for the baby to go in, the dolly to go in? And what about that train set? How often do you play with that? Is it one that goes round and round like that? Do you have to push it or does it go by itself?
You have to push it.
You like playing with that? What about the blocks and things like that? Can you make nice big buildings? Yes. Are there any hammers and nails that you can use at your kindy? No? It's quite good fun as long as you don't get your thumb, as long as that doesn't get in the way. Tell us about your favourite friend there.
Michelle Flat. Michelle Flat.
Michelle, is it? You're going to smile for her and give her a wave too? Say hello to her. That's the girl. Next to me is Ryan, and you're good friends with Scott and Stuart, are you? You noisy boys at kindy? And what sort of games do you play? Play outside or inside? Any bikes at all that you can ride on? And scooters and things? You like that? What do you have for lunch at kindy? Does Mum pack your lunch or do you have it, does someone at kindy make it for you?
Mum packs bananas.
Have sandwiches and fruit and things like that? What about if you get something in your lunchbox that you haven't tasted before? What do you do? Do you eat it? Yeah. Mr. Doobie, when he comes in, he's going to talk about that, new things that Mummy puts on your plate at night because he wants you to try. Now, sometimes when you look at some food, you think, oh, I don't think I like that. But Mr. Doobie wants you to try to eat it. He says, don't be someone who just says, I don't like it. He wants you to try it, all right? Now we're going to meet Stuart. Stuart, what would you like to tell me about? What do you eat? Apple? Yeah, and some sandwiches too. Do you have a sleep at kindy? You don't. You're too big for that now, aren't you? Yes. Are you all going to go to the same school next year?
No. Only in Brooke.
What uniform are you going to
I'm
wear?
wearing a Wallina.
Do you know yet? Have you seen your uniform? Have you seen any girls and boys from your school that you're going to go to next year?
No.
It's always exciting buying a new school uniform. New shoes, you'll have to make sure that you wear those a few times before you go off to school. It might hurt a bit. Let's meet Brooke now. Brooke's got a nice happy smile, have you, for Mr. Doobie? I hope so. Tell me about that lovely dress that you're wearing. Did someone make it for you?
Mummy dyed it.
It's very nice and I like your belt too. Is that a new dress? Hey? Special too. What would you like to tell everyone at home about just something special about you? Maybe you've got some brothers and sisters you'd like to tell them about. Do you? Do you have a brother? What's his name?
Brett.
Brett. Just one brother?
I have baby Paige.
And baby Paige too. How big is Paige?
One.
Just one. Oh, I hope that you're going to look after that baby, are you? Can your baby walk yet? Oh, he's clever then. Certainly, yes. Lots of babies are well over one before they walk. Yours must be a very clever one, I think, Brooke. And we've got one more friend to say hello to, and it's Scott. Scott, tell me about your family. What could you tell us about you? Just one special thing. Any pets at home? What have you got?
A dog.
Tell us about it. Tell us what it looks like and what its name is.
Scruffy.
It's scruffy. Does that mean that it looks scruffy? Does it? Looks as if its hair isn't combed.
It's fluffy.
It's fluffy too. How big is this little scruffy dog of yours?
Small.
Very small. Or it might be one of those little terrier types, is it? And do you feed Scruffy? You in charge of that? Oh, that's good. It's nice to have a pet, isn't it? And it's also nice to play the Romper Room games together. So we'll get our punch balls, and I do hope that you at home can join in. But if you're not feeling very well today, just try and sing along with us, and don't forget to use your big voice and say, "Ready, please, Mr. Music," when we do. All right? Stand up, everybody. Let's get our punch balls. They're nice big punch balls today too. There you are, Rowena. Thank you. Do you like the spring one? Who hasn't got one, Brooke? I think I'll have the white one, and we've almost all got different colours, haven't we? Get ready then. Make a nice circle for me so that we can punch together. Would you like Mr. Music to play? Yes. Will you ask him very nicely? Ready, please, Mr. Music. Punch right up high. See if you can touch the ceiling with your punch ball. That's okay. Now put it down. Let's sing. Punch, punch, punch the ball. Punching so much fun. Use your wrist, your hand, or fist, and keep it on the run. Punch, punch, punch the ball, no matter what you do. The roly-poly puncher ball keeps coming back to you. I think we can change over now, but if you've been punching very hard like I have, you might have to just untangle that rubber band. Now hold it in the other hand. Close your fist, keep punching. Good. Punch, punch, punch the ball, the punching's so much fun. Use your wrist, your hand, or fist, and keep it on the run. Punch, punch, punch the ball, no matter what you do. The roly-poly puncher ball keeps coming back to you. Now, let's take two hands, close your fist. Now we're going to punch with two hands this time, just like that. That's the way. Try and stand on one foot as you do it. Keep that toe off the floor. Thank you, Mr. Music. This time, now did you hear those words? It says, use your hand or your fist. Now, this time, why don't you just slip it over like that? Because we can use our wrist as well. Our hand or our fist or our wrist. Now, see if you can punch it like that. That's the way. Doesn't seem to go as hard or fast, does it? No, but perhaps if we practice for a little while, we'll get it to go. Hold it steady, though, because we first must say, ready, please, Mr. Music.
Ready, please.
Thank you. Would you like to walk too? Come on. Your arm feel a little bit tired? That's because we're exercising it. Punch, punch, punch the ball.
Punching so much fun. Use your wrist or hand or fist and keep it on the run. Punch, punch, punch the ball, no matter what you do. The roly-poly puncher ball keeps coming back to you.
Now, if that arm's a little bit tight, change over to the other hand, like that. Now I want you to use your hand. Don't slip the elastic quite so far up. That's the way. Just onto your fingers. Keep your hand open. That's better, isn't it?
Punch, punch, punch the ball. The punching's so much fun. Use your wrist or hand or fist and keep it on the run. Punch, punch, punch the ball, no matter what you do. The roly-poly puncher ball keeps coming back to you.
Let's go for a run. Who's the fastest? Off we go. You run two to me. That's it. Come on, keep going. Did you like that turn? That was good fun, wasn't it? What about we have another turn? How could we hold the punch ball this time? We better change colours too. Who'd like to swap with me? Got a new colour? Okay. How can we hold the punch ball this time? Just with our fist? Punch with our fist, like that? Okay, but let's think of something different to do with our feet. Would you like to go for a jump? Mm-hmm. Well, what's happened there? It's got caught, has it? Well, while I'm getting the bangle out, you say ready, please, Mr. Music.
Ready, please, Mr. Music.
Thank you. Hold that one up, mix it up. Off we go. Keep punching. Now, are you jumping? Come on. Off you go.
Punch, punch, punch the ball. Punching so much fun. Use your wrist or hand or fist and keep it on the run. Punch, punch, punch the ball, no matter what you do. The roly-poly puncher ball keeps coming back to you.
Skip. Can you skip and punch too? That's the way.
Punch, punch, punch the ball, the punching's so much fun. Use your wrist or hand or fist and keep it on the run. Punch, punch, punch the ball, no matter what you do. The roly-poly puncher ball keeps coming back to you.
Now, come and stand close to me and punch just behind your back like that. Who can do that? Can you do that too? Oh, it is hard, isn't it? Thank you very much, Mr. Music. You can have a little rest now, Mr. Music, but I do want you to have a look at all those lovely things that the girls and boys have brought you.
No.
Special time. It's show and tell time, isn't it?
It's true.
There's your bangle. Rowena. What I want you to do, Rowena, is to come up to the table and we're going to talk about your clown. Certainly a very bright, happy-looking clown. Now, let's just have a look at him, and I want you to tell everybody where he came from. Who made him?
My auntie,
What's your auntie's name?
Nanny Clancy.
Nanny Clancy. You've got a special name for her, have you? Nanny Clancy. She must have taken a long, long time to make this. Just have a look at his shoes. Look, pom-poms on his shoes. We made a little pom-pom in Romper Room not so long ago, and I can see that Nanny Clancy's had to use lots of different colours. It's not quite so easy to make it when you have to keep changing the wool like that. We have to join it up and then keep going round and round in the circle. She must love you very much, mustn't she, to make this beautiful clown? Look at the clothes he's wearing too. Such bright colours. Does it make you feel happy when you look at him? Do you know what I've just noticed? That you've got a tooth missing. Is just one come out? Any other wigglies in there?
Yeah.
Which one? That top one, I thought it might be. And did the tooth fairy come to you?
Yeah, he gave me 50 cents.
50 cents? Goodness me. You were lucky, weren't you? You must be a very rich tooth fairy, I think. That's a lot of money for one little tooth. But it must have been a good one with no holes that he could take away and build his castle with, do you think? Good girl. Tennille, what have you got to show? I can see you've got a little blue bag there. We want to see what's inside it. Photos. And ribbons. And shells. Is that right?
Bags.
Oh, look at this. This is beautiful river stone. Isn't that lovely? Who put the shells on top?
Me.
Did you really? Was that something that you did at Kindy?
No.
Where'd you do it?
On holidays.
Where did you go for your holiday? Did you find all those shells yourself? Where did you put them on then? Were you staying at the beach? Well, you tell me when you made it and how you got the shells.
On holiday.
Where'd you go for your holiday?
Don't know.
Can't remember. Was it to the beach somewhere? Swimming? Was it hot or cold?
Hot.
It was. Maybe Mummy found these and was it a rainy day when you made it or you just didn't have anything else to do?
What day?
It was a hot day. Certainly nice. How did you get them to stick on?
With glue.
And then you've put a glaze over the top, I think, to make it shiny.
The baby one.
You can see it on the rock. A tiny little one there. Yes. Very nice indeed. I can see you've got an honour badge and it's for physical culture.
And a badge.
And there's the badge up there and the ribbon as well. What sort of things do you do at Fizzy?
Don't know.
Where's that? You've been to Queensland too,
No,
have you?
Michelle.
Michelle sent you oh, I can see. She sent you a lovely card. Isn't that nice? And you told me that Michelle was your favourite friend, didn't you? She's been right up there to Queensland. See those cattle? So she's very, very busy. And she's seen lots of chooks and 4 dogs and a cat too.
She had
Emus? Dear, oh dear, she's had a busy time.
And she had an egg for breakfast.
An emu egg for breakfast. Must have been a big one. There's another picture here and Tennille is feeding the baby goat. Lots of my friends visit that farm where you can feed the goats and the lambs. We had someone on yesterday who did the same thing. That's the way. Thank you, Tennille. Now, what's Ryan got to show me? I think I saw a few little feathers or something down there, did I? Go on, stand up and let's have a look. What's this? Who knows what you call that?
Indian.
An Indian headdress. It's very special. Let me put it on. That. Now, where did this come from?
Poppy brought it back from Canada.
Poppy's been to Canada, has he? Oh, I see. Look at those beautiful coloured feathers there. Lovely colours too, red, white and blue. When did Poppy go to Canada? Did he go to other countries as well or just Canada?
Just Canada.
Must have had a wonderful holiday. You know it's very cold there, don't you? Did you see any ice and snow? Did he tell you how cold it was? It's a beautiful present though. And I can see how carefully you are looking after that headdress too, because you do know that's very special, don't you? Something that you can play with, but you've got to save it. Even when you're a big boy, you'll still have it. All right? Good boy. Just that way. It's your turn now, Stuart. What have you got to show me? What's happened to the driver here? Oh, is he the fireman? He's got his hat on. Is he in the wrong truck? Should it be over here somewhere?
No, that's the truck.
This is a fire truck too. Oh, of course. Well, you better fix it up for me. It's a very big truck. Yeah, that's better. there's the ladder. Well, I don't think there'd be a fire that this fire engine couldn't put out. It's such a big one, isn't it? Roll the ladder back down now. That's the boy. Beauty. Can you tell me who gave it to you? Santa Claus. He must have weighed his sack of toys down a lot, Stuart. It's very heavy, isn't it? Now I can see why you put it into 2 pieces. Where does this go? Underneath there. Oh, good. That's the way. Good boy. Will you bring your things now, Brooke? What have you got? I don't think I've seen one of these. What is it? It's a jewellery box. What have you got in this one? Dolly's comb. Isn't that nice? Does it comb your hair too? A watch. Lots of things to put in your hair there. What's that? Is that lipstick? It's lovely. These bottom drawers open as well, do they? One big drawer down the bottom. It's even big enough to keep dolls in. What's that?
Orange.
Huh? I thought it was going to be a very big earring. Oh, no. That just goes through your dress, that part there, does it? A little teddy bear. Isn't that lovely? She's got other jewellery in here too. Rings that she's made herself. And a necklace that you've made yourself too. You like that one? What's that? That's some perfume, is it? Oh dear, I think I might have a little of that. Does that smell nice? Now, have you got all your things that you'd like to show Scott? Bring them up here now. Maybe you have something to show me too, do you? Hold them up, that's the way. Oh, somebody's had a birthday. Some new pets too that I can see there. What does this little car do? Do you think you should take it round the front there? Do you need to have a big space? Okay. Whoops. I wonder if it's going to go fast. Wants to jump, does it?
Wow.
Key keeps jumping back out.
Oh, don't press the button.
Ah, that's it. Now do it along the floor there. Oh, I thought he'd go pretty fast. What's that called?
Car.
A key car, is it? Uh-huh. All right, do it one more time for us. Then I think it must be time for Mr. Doobie to come in and say hello. Key keeps popping out, though. Come, now watch this, Mr. Doobie, if you can. Put the key in. Is Mr. Doobie peeping?
Yeah.
Was it?
This.
I thought I saw
Hello.
He says, come on, Scott. He said, let's see this car go fast.
Mr. TV.
You ready? He says, I'm watching.
Mr. TV coming out.
You can't get it to go, Mr. Doobie. I think I better come and say hello to you. Try one more time, Scott. Well, how is Mr. Doobie today? Very well, thank you. And would you like to ask the girls and boys how they are today?
Oh.
He says, hello, girls and boys, how are you? Are you well today? Yes, he said they're well. Mr. Doobie, you've got a new message here because it's a new week for us, isn't it? Well, let's read the board together. It says, do be someone who says, I'll try it. Don't be someone who says, I don't like it. I don't like it. Well, what's all that about, Mr. Doobie? What are you talking about? You're talking about eating dinner at night and lunch and breakfast and things like that, are you? Mr. Doobie said that there are lots and lots of things that you can eat. There's meat and fruit and vegetables and cakes and cereal, milk and butter and cheese. And we've got to have a little of everything, haven't we, if we are going to have a balanced diet. And that means that we can't just always have fruit, we can't just always have meat, and we can't live on vegetables all the time. We have to have a little of each, don't we, Mr. Doobie? Well, you're talking about different things that Mummy might put on our plate at night. A new vegetable, perhaps, something different to eat in the morning for breakfast. Now, when you look at some foods, you think, oh dear, I don't like the look of that. And it's not until you taste it that you realise that you like it. So what you want us to do, Mr. Doobie, is to look at it and don't say, oh, I don't like that, I don't want it, I don't like that, Mum. You want us to say, yes, Mum, I'll try it. I'll just have a little bit and see what it's like. Is that what you want us to do? Do you agree with Mr. Doobie that that's what you should do? Just have a little mouthful, try it, and see if you like it. And always have at least one mouthful of a new food so that you'll get to like it later on. Because Mummy won't give you anything that's not good for you. She always chooses the things that are going to make you strong and healthy. So let's sing our favourite song, our Mr. Doobie song. Ready, please, Mr. Music? Try to do what's right and not do anything wrong. I'm a romper room doobie, a doobie all day long. Buzz, buzz. Good singing this morning, isn't it? Mr. Doobie, were there enough smiles for you here today? Were there? Sure? Could be a bit bigger, do you think? All right, well, make sure that you've got your biggest smile this time as you sing Mr. Doobie's song. But we're going to get you to say, ready, please, Mr. Music. Will you? Thank you. Try to do what's right and not do anything wrong. I'm a romper room doobie, a doobie all day long. Buzz, buzz. I thought I heard every single word that time. I try to do what's right and not do anything wrong. I'm a romper room doobie, a doobie all day long. Now, what are doobies going to do this week? What was Mr. Doobie's message? Yes, to try all the food and just, you know, you never know if you're going to like it or not, and because Mummy wouldn't give you anything that wasn't good for you, so do remember to try just a little bit, all right? Do be someone who says, I'll try it. Don't be someone who says, I don't like it. Would you like to say goodbye? Okay. Wave goodbye to everyone. We'll see you next time, Mr. Doobie.
Bye-bye, Mama.
Got some helpers, have I? Come on. You take those round the other side for me, Brooke.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Ron. Perhaps you'll just put the puzzle up to the top there for me, Tennille, so that Rowena can get it a drink. That's the way. Thank you. Move the mat down too. That's the way. Everyone has a drink. Everyone has a mat. Now, when we're drinking our milk, do we drink it very quickly and make lots of noise?
No.
No. What's the polite way to drink? Slowly and carefully. If you drink it too fast, you'll find that you're going to spill some. Now, before we have our drink, we always say our special Romper Room thank you. And you're going to help me say those words now, aren't you? For our family, our friends and food, we say thank you. Polite drinkers here. Not a sound do I hear. sometimes you just can't help but get a little bit of milk on your face, can you? Just a little beard up the top there. That's all right. If anyone needs to get a tissue, you might like to wipe your face. Thank you, Scott. Ryan, if you come back and stand just next to your chair, you can help me dress Wendy, would you? Sit down for me and we'll see if it's a sunny day at Wendy's house. You need to put your chair in and stand. Stand up first of all, Ryan, that's the way. You can come and stand next to me. Now, Wendy's in Romper Room and she's going to have a ride on the horse. She's going to go marching. And she's got her drum with her today too. Now put her shooting socks on. Who likes to go galloping on the horses? There's Wendy's horse. Just put it down there. Here's Mr. Jack in the box. You find a spot for the drum. That's when she's marching. There's her punch ball. Put it right up there in her hand. There's the bend and stretch stick. And here's Mr. Doobie too. He's probably our favourite friend in Romper Room. Put him up the top. And here's Mr. Doobie's balloon. Put it over in the other hand. Now, Wendy's going to have a lovely time in Romper Room playing all those games that you and I both like to play. Well, our next game is Stanley, then we're going to do some singing together, so we'll be back for that in just a minute.
Mum, why can I see a rainbow when there's no rain?
We call that refraction. Rays pass more quickly through the air than they do through water or glass. A glass prism bends the light just as rain does. And so we're able to see all the colours that make up light.
Mum, why are people different colours?
Oh, because it takes all colours to make up mankind. Every colour needs every other colour. Otherwise, something would be missing. Every colour adds something different to the whole picture.
Mum, what colour is God?
Every colour in the rainbow. God is light. Bright, piercing light. Just every colour you could imagine.
Mum, why do you use...
The girls and boys are having a practice turn with trying to look like Stanley. Can you see them? Got their foot off the ground. He's got a hand on his hip like that. There he is.
Hard.
It's hard, is it? Try and keep that foot up off the ground. And try not to fall over. Right, now, what we have to do is go for a dance around Stanley. We can jump or hop or skip or slide. Perhaps you'd like to have a very fast running turn. Now, the moment Mr. Music stops playing, you have to stand still very quickly, just like a statue, and then make yourself look like Stanley. What shall we do for our very first try? What do you think, Tennille?
Skip.
You'd like to skip? Okay, let's go skipping together. But please say ready, please, Mr. Music, for me. Thank you. That's it. Stop still. Now look like Stanley. It's always much much harder, isn't it, when he has to take one foot off the ground? The arms are pretty easy, though, aren't they? But do you have your fingers pointing in the same direction as Stanley? That's the way. That makes it a bit harder, too. All right, well, let's change him around. It's time for you to have a turn at changing Stanley. Scott, I tell you what, I'll hold on to Stanley and you move his arms. And Tennille, while Scott's moving his arms, you can do his legs, all right? Got it right now? Okay. This time his arms are right above his head, aren't they? But that leg's off the ground, so you're going to have to try and balance, aren't you? Hands up. See how his fingers are? They're pointing out to the side. That's going to make it a bit hard, too. I wonder if you're going to be wobbly ones or whether you're going to be lovely and still like Stanley. I do wish that we could be like Stanley sometimes, don't you? Never moves, does he? No. All right, now, somebody said that they'd like to go jumping. Shall we do that now?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready, please, Mr. Music? Hands up. That's it. Out. Foot off the ground. Oh, I don't think my arms are close enough together. It's a bit hard to do that, isn't it? Right, you try. Come on, we'll try and get those arms to go up a little bit further. That's it. Higher. See, his elbows aren't bent, are they? They're straight up. Can you do that? Now, put your... take your foot off the ground. Oh, dear, that's just too hard for us, isn't it? Well, I think we better change him. And, all right, we'll get somebody who hasn't had a turn, Scott. What about Stuart and Ryan? They can have their turn.
Stuart, Ryan.
Ryan, you do the legs.
Ryan, you do the...
Maybe you'd like to have both feet down on the floor, do you think? That's good. Well, that's a nice turn, Stuart. Want this one to go over too? All right. Down like that. Okay. We'll leave that leg there because that's how Ryan wants to go down straight like that. But the other one's just coming up a little bit. All right? Okay. His legs are wide apart this time, aren't they? And he's sort of standing on the side. Arm up underneath his armpit, and the other one's just resting on his head like that. Okay, can you do that? I think we'll be able to stay nice and still this time. I think so. Yes, much, much easier, isn't it? But we'll have to think of something to do.
Slide.
Slide, I'd like to do that too. What are you going to say for me? Thank you. This is going to be a perfect turn. Eyes ahead. Concentrate. Don't move. Don't move. Very good. Now, who is it who hasn't had a turn? Rowena and Brooke, all right. This is our last turn, too.
Two girls.
That's right. Now, while they're fixing up his arms, what are we going to do this time? What haven't we done yet? Would you like to march?
Yes.
Okay.
Is
that a wiggly one too, Tennille?
That's simple.
You have to straighten up his head, I think, don't you? That one like that? Okay. Let's go marching. Ready, please, Mr. Music?
Ready, please,
Feet aren't quite as far apart this time. Hands up and out. Like that. That's the way. Good. Now keep them still. Eyes ahead. Just look at something ahead of you. Don't take your eyes off it. Perfectly still. You too? Good. Oh, that is a beautiful turn. Hands down now and come and help me sing some songs. Who knows the song about the 5 little chickadees? 5 little chickadees peeping at the door. You get your chickadees ready. One flew away, and then there were 4. Yes, I think everyone knows it. Chickadee, chickadee, fly away. Chickadee, chickadee, happy and gay. I think all the boys are on that side, so they could say, ready, please, Mr. Music.
Ready, please, Mr. Music.
Thank you. 5 little chickadees peeping at the door. One flew away, and then there were 4. Chickadee, chickadee, happy and gay. Chickadee, chickadee, fly away. Only 4 left. 4 little chickadees sitting in a tree. One flew away, and then there were 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's sing that one. 4 first of all. Let's hear the girls now.
Ready, please, Mr. Music.
Thank you. 4 little chickadees sitting in a tree. One flew away, and then there were 3. Chickadee, chickadee, fly away. Chickadee, chickadee, happy and gay. How many did we say there were left? 3 little chickadees looking at you. One flew away, and then there were 2. Right, start off with 3. Now, it must be your turn at home to say, ready, please, Mr. Music, is it? Thank you. 3 little chickadees looking at you. One flew away, and then there were 2. Chickadee, chickadee, fly away. Chickadee, chickadee, happy and gay. 2 little chickadees sitting in the sun. One flew away, and then there was 1. Start off with 2. Now, perhaps I could get all the 4-year-olds to say, ready, please, Mr. Music.
Ready, please, Mr. Music.
Thank you. 2 little chickadees sitting in the sun. One flew away, and then there was 1. Chickadee, chickadee, happy and gay. Chickadee, chickadee, fly away. How many little chickadees? 1 little chickadee sitting all alone. It flew away, and then there were none. All gone. How many? Just the 1. 5-year-olds can say, ready, please, Mr. Music now.
Please, Mr. Music.
Thank you. 1 little chickadee sitting all alone. It flew away, and then there were none. Chickadee, chickadee, happy and gay. Chickadee, chickadee, fly away. All gone. No more chickadees. Would you like to sing that again? Now that you know all the words, and I want you at home to join in too. Perhaps I've got some 2- and 3-year-olds out there who know just a little bit of that song, do you? Will you sing it now? Come on then. Ready, please, Mr. Music. 5 little chickadees looking at the door. One flew away, and then there were 4. Chickadee, chickadee, happy and gay. Chickadee, chickadee, fly away. 4 take away 1 is?
4.
3. Start off with 4, that's the way. 4 little chickadees sitting in a tree. Ready? Ready, please, Mr. Music. 4 little chickadees sitting in a tree. One flew away, and then there were 3. Chickadee, chickadee, happy and gay. Chickadee, chickadee, fly away. 3 little chickadees looking at you. That's the next part. Ready, please, Mr. Music. 3 little chickadees looking at you. One flew away, and then there were 2. Chickadee, chickadee, happy and gay. Chickadee, chickadee, fly away. This time we say 2 little chickadees sitting in the sun. Are you ready? Good. Get those 2 little chickadees to stand up. Who's ready to say something? That's it. 2 little chickadees sitting in the sun. One flew away, sitting all alone. So it flew away. Then there were none. Get it ready. Just that tiny little one. Ready? Ready, please, Mr. Music.
Ready?
One little chickadee sitting all alone. It flew away and then there were none. Chickadee, chickadee, happy and gay. Chickadee, chickadee, fly away. Now, wait a minute. We're going to pretend to be birds. We might be chickadees or we might be one of these.
A
What's
kookaburra.
that? A kookaburra. Do you know the sound that a kookaburra makes?
Yes.
What does it say?
Ha.
Shall we all try and make that sound together?
Ha.
When do you hear kookaburras?
Up in the tree.
Up in the tree in the early morning, yes.
Please go away, kookaburra.
Do you? Must be
Yeah.
somewhere where there are lots of trees, is it?
Yeah.
We're going to pretend to be birds in a minute, but before we do, let's sing our song about the kookaburra. Kookaburra on the tree, laughing, laughing merrily. Ha 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 he, kookaburra on the tree. Ready, please, Mr. Music. Kookaburra on the tree, laughing, laughing merrily. Ha 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 he, kookaburra on the tree. Let's pretend to be birds. Get your wings ready. Come on, up you get. Now I want you to fly right up to the top branch up there because we're going to make a nest together. Come on, flap those wings. See how high you can go. Right up to the top. Now land on the tree. Push your little wings down. That's the way. Now how are we going to make a nest? What will we need?
Hey.
Little bits of hay and twigs and grass and things like that. How are we going to pick them up? With our beak. Come on, get some. Now try and make your nest like that. What could we put inside to make it soft?
Feathers.
Some feathers. Where are we going to find those? What about a little bit of wool from the sheep's back? Come on, fly down and see if we can find some. Down we go, swoop down onto the sheep, pick it up, back you go, put it in your nest. Now, what do birds have to do when they sit on the nest like that? Lay an egg. All right, how many eggs are you going to lay?
5.
All right, see if you can.
5.
We have to sit for a long time. Have you laid any eggs yet?
Yeah.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. Now, if we sit there for a little bit longer, what might happen?
Crack.
Can you hear any noise? Crackle, crackle, crackle. Baby birds coming out. Let's have a look. Oh, yes, and do you know they've got little mouths that are open and they're hungry. We'll have to fly down and see if we can find some juicy worms and things for it to eat. Are you ready to fly? Off we go. Swoop down, pick up those juicy worms. With your beak, up we go again. Feed the babies. They're still hungry, they said. Fly back down again. More juicy worms. Oh, dear, we've got a lot to do. Think they're getting bigger. Do you think we should teach them how to fly?
Yeah.
Come on, up you get. Now, show them what you have to do. Up and down with your wings like that. Now, jump off the perch, and away we go. Float right down to the ground. That's it. Safely down here. Now, teach them how to scratch about and find some food for themselves. Scratch, scratch, scratch. That's it. Pick up those worms. I think it's time to go back to the nest, though. Up we go. Higher, higher, higher. Up to the nest. And have a little snooze. Put your head under your wing. Off you go to sleep. Oh, it's time for little birds to go sound asleep. Do you know that our book's about birds too? We're going to see some different types of birds. Let's have a look at it. Tell me some of the birds that you know about. We know that there's the kookaburra. What other birds do you see near your house or your kindy? Do you see any of those brightly coloured ones, those parrots and rosellas?
Oh, yes, we got
Yes.
them at home.
Who has a budgerigar at home?
Me.
They're birds too, aren't they? Can you think of any others? What about canaries? Those very good whistlers.
Kookaburras.
Kookaburras, yes. Well, let's look at the book and see what's inside. It says birds. I wonder what that bird is on the front. I think it might be a vulture or a falcon.
A magpie.
I think it's a magpie. I'm feeding the birds. These birds are tame. They're pigeons in the square.
The 1, 2, 3.
One bird flies away. It flaps its wings to fly. Here's its beak, tail, wing, and feet. A bird's landing on my hand. It puts out its feet, and its tail feathers help it to stop. See how it's got its feathers right up high like that? That's when it's coming into land. Its feet down just like the aeroplanes put their wings down when they're coming into land too. Birds with long wings can glide. They move their wings very slowly. What's this one, do you think? It's a seagull?
Yes.
Many seabirds are very good gliders. They're watching for fish in the sea. As soon as they see one, they dive down very fast. So they're gliding. These are hawks. They look for little animals to eat. Then they dive down and they catch them with their very sharp claws. What do you think they want to eat, those hawks? Other birds, little mice too, lizards perhaps. Kookaburras like those, don't they?
Mouse?
Once upon a time, people used to keep tame hawks. The hawks hunted little birds and animals. They had very sharp claws, so that the people that kept them had to wear gloves. See his big glove there? See the hawk sitting on top.
What's not the red glove?
That's so that those sharp claws wouldn't hurt their hand. Some people used to race tame pigeons. There's the big aviary, they let them out, and then they go for a race, and the first back home is the winner. Swallows migrate. They fly to a warm place for the winter. Then they fly back again for summer. So if they live in England, they might go all the way down here, the tip of Africa, where it's nice and warm in summer, and they come back when it's summertime in England again. And they're called swallows. Geese and ducks are water birds, and they have special feet called webbed feet. The webbed feet help them swim well. You noticed the webbed feet on the duck? They have a special little piece of membrane there, don't they? We don't have any there, do we?
No.
They have that special part there, just like a little paddle to help them swim. Some birds can walk in the water. They're called waders. They have long necks and long beaks as well, and they pull the worms out of the mud. Very long legs. Different birds eat different foods, and so they need different beaks. Look at the little canary. He only likes little seed. Pelican has a big fish. Look at that one there.
Oh, yeah.
He's a toucan. What do you think this might be, a vulture? He's big. What's that? Anyone know? That's a woodpecker. Now, woodpeckers have very sharp beaks. They peck holes in wood.
Yeah.
And then they find insects to eat. Most birds make nests. Hen birds lay eggs in the nests. And they sit on the eggs to keep them nice and warm. It's a nice nest, isn't it? It's a deep one, too. Soon the baby birds hatch, and the birds bring the food to their babies. What are these babies having to eat? Can you see what it is? Looks like a little dragonfly.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Some birds are very beautiful. Peacocks have long feathers. This king kept tame peacocks. See how their feathers fan out like that?
Yes, it's like a bee.
Yes, look how they are there. That's when he hasn't got it out. Some people keep tame parrots. Parrots can learn to talk. Some birds are very good to eat, like chickens and turkeys and ducks. Some people shoot birds. These men are shooting. They're shooting ducks. And a dog will bring them back to the hunter. Only allowed to do that at a special time, at duck season. Long time ago, there were flying animals like this one. But now, they're no more. They're extinct, just like the dodo is. It's a strange-looking bird, isn't it? So we saw lots of different ones, didn't we? Hawks and swallows and sparrows and woodpeckers, vultures and pelicans. They're all part of the bird family. I'm going to look at my special family at home now. That means you, doesn't it? One of my Romper Room friends. I'll stand up and I'll say those magic words, then I should be able to see you. Romper Bomper, Stomper Boo. Tell me, tell me, tell me do. Magic Mirror, tell me today, have all my friends had fun at play? Who's there? Oh, hello, Peter. Hello, Wilfred. Tammy's there and Susan too. Kate, James, Stephen and Audrey. Hello, Susanna and Robert. I can see Carolyn and Donald. Is that you, William? Is that you, Tim? Ken and Jenny's there. And so's Adam and Sebastian, Charles as well. I can see Grace. There's Jacqueline. There's John. And there's Miles. And there's you. And I'll look for you next time in the Romper Room School.
Keep up to date with the latest national and international news with the team from 11 a.m. coming up next. Followed by Ivan's midday movie, The Spanish Gardener.